So let's kick it off. The advisory offer that signs high value clients or business client at a 2 to 4K per month. Cool. Let's dive right into it. Now, my goal in this particular workshop is to show you exactly how to package your advisor offer that attract and convert client at a 2 to 4K per month each. Even though if you never signed advisory, return a client in the past, if that's you, majority of you guys probably already have a client, and just without the fear that you're not able to actually show the value. Because one's like, I do want to charge, but I'm not sure if I can have value to actually demonstrate what I do for my clients. Okay. Now, obviously, we test this hundreds of times over the last few years, and you should expect it to save, I wouldn't say, I think it's going to be years, but at least months and months of work. Try to actually figure all that out yourself, right? I'm just going to pack all that into one jam session right now for you. Okay. Now, a bit of disclaimer, you still need to craft your sales script and practice your conversation with your prospect to sign them up as a client, because as a business client who's going to pay you about $20,000 to $50,000 a year, they're not blindly just going to start paying for something, because it's not about even money, but it's about the opportunity cost to considering work with somebody of that good to actually help them to grow. So in a way, how your value framework, your belief system, all that, which is not going to be covered in this meeting, but you still will need that to make sure that your conversation is going to be on point, and you still need to be good at delivery and fulfill your promise to the clients. Okay, so how do we achieve that? And to be honest, you just charge slightly less if you have a less experience, and if you're new, and if you are very experienced, and charge the standard fee that you normally charge, and just don't aim to be perfect to start with. Cool. So that's really, really important, because if we wanted to get really good at this, then the key is to start onboarding client and practicing your retainer and advisory. And you can even charge less or even free to start with for the first couple of clients. Depends who you are and what experience you have so far. Okay. And you're going to get the entire offer creation template with examples and a whole lot more stuff at the end of it. I'm going to show you along the way, but I'm going to give you everything as a link if you're going to stay until the end as a bonus to you to spend your time, which is not available for anyone else who are watching this video as a replay afterwards. Okay. So who's this for? For accountant, bookkeeper, CFO, consultant, business advisors who wants to have a value clients or high value business client on a retainer model. Now, you don't have to do a retainer. You can do a one-off fees, but prefer to be retainer, because the total value per customer, the longer they're going to stay, the more that you get paid on that. Now, here's a product we have in $1 Million Practice. We'll have attract, convert, and scale. In the way how we attract, we're looking at how to define your niche, right? Craft your offer, and how to fill out the audience of people that actually visit you. So if niche is who they are, offer is what you do for who they are, and the audience is how do you drive the audience to your offer so you can start having a connection. In the convert, we're showing how to amplify your content, install automations, and how to warm up your prospect so they kind of from 3 out of 10 hot to like 7, 8 out of 10. So they kind of ready to buy. In a scale, we're going to help you to design your business model, which is your vehicle that you're in will dictate the revenue and the profitability that you're generating. And we're going to be embedding your deliveries, meaning how do we deliver your product in the first 30, 60, 90 days, and I'm going to retain it in the way that's retaining client and while creating the experience for the client. And last is going to be KPI your team so you can scale with people. And what we're going to cover today is going to be in the section called the craft your offer. Okay. A little bit about me. This meeting is not about me, but at least that you know who I am. So then you hopefully pay a little bit attention to the stuff that I share that has a bit more value than you perceived. So I come here 2002 with absolutely zero English. I was in Tasmania for 3 years. Started my bachelor and master of accounting, graduate from there. Started working in the Westpac, become a top 2 advisors, among hundreds of financial advisors, and later got kind of fired, but I resigned the same day. Before they fired me, just because I wasn't fitting in the corporate, because there was a timing role that I tried to get promotion. They don't like me to get my promotion, which I fight for like a few months. They say no. I said, okay, don't worry about it. I'm leaving today. They said, well, so that was the story. And I figured out that I can only probably make it run about maximum $250,000 a year, if that, in an environment like a corporate. So, and then I made my choice to start my own business and start cold calling, and did a 400,000 first year, 700,000 second year, and win the award of the advisor. And then 2017 did $1.2 million, and later sold at 2.5 multiple revenue with a holistic accounting or financial planning and mortgage combined. It's got a BFF group. And pretty grateful, obviously, be able to build my house, holidays, so my two private kids to private school, and that's our office in Bangalore, and built two seven-figure businesses, and helped over 400, probably 70 accountants and advisors since then. Here's some of the brand that we work with across Australia. We have probably 5% of our clients overseas in Canada, India, and New Zealand, but 95% in Australia. And here's our client, 60 grand, new fees in 40 days, referrals. Was before Jacob was getting referral, now getting 80 grand, high value client 60 days, transition from compliance to value advice, start having work in general value. This is another bookkeeper. Sign up 8 new clients in 2 months, Jennifer. At a 20K business client, 60 days. Transition from accelerated monthly fixed fees. And here's a whole bunch more result we got, and also hundreds and others. Cool. Now, what we're going to cover today is 3 things. Number 1, the advisor position framework will provide you with a simple process to show you how to actually define your niche and position yourself as the go-to advisor. Because the key, if you're not getting client to even come to you, or the right client to come to you, or to actually pay you the right fee, is because you don't have the position framework. You don't look like someone who wants to be paying that sort of fee to start with, and therefore they won't engage and they won't pay. So how to position. And so local mechanics will fix a local car. If you want to fix, Mercedes and Ferrari, then you're going to be build your gardens and build your, shops in a way that it looks like a luxury car panel beater, a workshop, as opposed to be a local mechanics. That's very, very important in how you track clients. Strategy number 2, offer creation template. We're going to give you a pre-sold advisory template that you can build, so then you don't have to eliminate needs of spending hours to tailor a proposal. So you can literally have one product that you can get present to everybody that will customize to your skills. Number 3, a new client onboarding plan will build you first 30, 60, 90 onboarding plan, so you can get a quick result for your clients, and it's in a hope that it's going to be very efficient also for you to deliver on the back end. Okay, so that's the 3 promises I'm going to make to you today, and my hope is you're going to get all of it at the end of the session. Now, you may not have the full product created, because obviously we require brainstorm thoughts and time to think through your own skill sets and your business model, etc. But you're going to have every ingredient that you need to complete this in full. Okay. So strategy number 1, the advisor positioning. Now, most people think I already have, provided advice to the client, but I'm not charging for it. Okay. And some clients just don't see the value to pay me $2K a month. Okay. I'm hearing that a lot. People saying, like, I'm providing advice, I'm helping my clients. Let me show you this is why the case. Now, I've got someone come up with these images. I don't think it's 100% on point, but I think can get the message across. On the left-hand side of it is what I call ad hoc advice. Okay. So you're providing ad hoc advice, I'll call it the services, right? So all these different ingredients that people ask you for it when they need it, and you're providing ad hoc of that. And over this side of it, you have a transformation advisory, which is a final product. Now, the ingredient can be used for everybody, but the transformation advisory product, finally, the product is a result-driven product that get delivered to a specific group of people with a final finishing. Okay. In this case, it's someone 68 years old having a finishing cake. Over here is a whole bunch of ingredient. They're going to try to actually packaging and actually mix it up themselves. And so most people can't charge a retainer because you don't have a packaged, you have ad hoc. Okay. And if you just actually package all the ad hoc stuff that you do into a proper package, then you can start demanding a fee for a finishing product as opposed to be the ingredient of the product. Okay. The other example is very different. If you go to food court, if you wanted to order chicken, seafood, and beef, you pay $15 a meal, right? But if you go to fine dining, they're taking probably a 10% of portion where you're eating the food court, and they package them together into a fine dining meal, give you the experience, give you the taste, give you the journey and the finishing experience, and they will charge $200 for it. Okay, it's not about how much you advise. It's about what the actual finishing product looks like in terms of client can experience in that, and they can see the result at the end of it. Okay, now, and so what's ad hoc advice? What's a packaged advisory? Some of you guys saying, I want to have a packaged advisory. Well, ad hoc advice is Q&A style, and packaged advisory is monthly partnership with accountability. The ad hoc advice is ingredient-based solution, that it's ingredient-based, but it's to a subset of problem, and a packaged advisory is a holistic-based solution to an entire problem. Okay. A ad hoc advisor, random advice to random people, and a package advisor is specific advice to a specific group of people. Okay. And a ad hoc advisor providing advice to with no promise of a result. I'm just give you some information, consulting advice from your brain or from your mouth, whatever that you deliver in terms of the vehicle. And then over here is providing advice with the promise of a result. Ad hoc advisor providing advice with no specific time frame. I'll just give you some information. Doesn't matter when you're going to use it, how you use it, and when you achieve anything. But a package advisor providing a transformational journey with a result in the specific time frame. Okay. And so now you can see that condense of the packaging, right? You bring your ingredient together, now you condense together into a deliverables and a result and a timeline for a particular group of people that considering for entire solution as opposed to be a subset of problem. And hoc advisors try to be good at everything. A lot of people saying, hey, you know what? I'm helping all my clients, I'm helping them. But if you really think, are you really helping them? You probably are from an information perspective, but from a result perspective, you may not be good at everything. Okay, I think it's very incredibly hard to be good at everything. You know, for you to understand an e-commerce business and industry and a online business and a construction company and a coaching company and and healthcare. You know, the amount of industry knowledge that you need to know to go in deep. That's not to say you can't providing value on shallow, but it not be a phenomenal result if you just providing general stuff. Okay. And then over here is a be good at one thing. Ad hoc advisor position as a generalist, package advisor position as a specialist. Ad hoc advisor charging low, maybe even to no fees. Package advisor is demanding high fees, right? So that's a clear difference between what some of us are doing. You guys probably already doing package advisory, I'm sure, but lots of people not. And then there's other people who are trying to transition to the package advisor. Okay. So the world rewards money for value. And so the fee you charge reflects on the result, not how many times you have provided the advice. Okay. And not how many times that people have asked you for the advice. Okay. If what we're providing is not valuable, we can provide advice every single day when we may not be demanding the fee they want to charge. And when we do demand the fee, people may not wanting to pay for it. And that reflects on the actual packaging and the perceived value of what they've seen before they start engaging with you. Okay, we're going to talk more about that in a second. And so continue with offer positioning. Over here, with a very important concept is we all have existing client, which we currently serve. And we also wanted to go out to get more new clients. And depends where you at. Okay, so if you are establishing businesses, you would have a lot of clients already. If you have a new business, you probably don't have a lot of clients. Now, if you have a lot of clients already, then your goal is to package something that you have and just offering it to the people that you have. Okay. However, because the expectations are set differently when they onboard as a client, because that's say if you're really good at cash flow strategy, right? It's probably going to be great help for construction companies, but it's absolutely not needed for medical practices, right? Just because they have a very different need as a nature of the business in the way how they're making the money and what's the constraint of that particular business model. And so then you might want to start mapping, okay, what are the clients that I have is actually towards wealth related? What are the clients that I have is towards business profitability related? And what are the clients that I have is more cash flow constraint related? Okay, what are the clients that I have is automation, efficiency issue related? So you have to start diving into your database to think about different segment of your client, then to start thinking, what is the dream outcome that you do want to promise? And so the difficult about that is that you have to kind of customize to everybody. Okay. However, because you got the trust already, it's very easy to upgrade some client into your retainer. I'm going to show you how to package that in a second once you got start packaged. Now, this side of it, you market to new client. Okay. So when you market a new client, the good thing about that is you are building one product only. Okay. And so you're not trying to tailor to everybody. Okay. You're building one product and all you do is driving traffic, then finding as many people as possible who are interested in that one product. Okay. So it's going to be very efficient in terms of client acquisition and client deliveries. And the cost saving on that is phenomenal. Therefore, there's a lot of profit. because you save time to create product every time. You save time to create marketing every time. Okay. Imagine if you try to market yourself as a business advisor, as a tax advisor, as a automation specialist, as SMSF, and as a protection, your message get diluted. Okay. But if your message is very on point for one group of people, and you can have, you can have from a marketing standpoint of view, you can have content that talks about everything, which is for the purpose of to getting eyeball. But ultimately, you want to make sure that your conversion from the branding to the marketing to the conversion to the delivery are aligned, and that's how you're driving the highest probability of all your marketing activity to sales to deliveries, which is prefer to be focused on one product at a time. And so the cost of making a cake is the same. Do you prefer to sell the same cakes to 100 similar people or make 100 different cakes? Okay. And that's what talk about in terms of input, throughput, and output metaphor. Okay. Most of us have a very massive throughput. Don't get me wrong, I think compliance is beautiful. But if you actually start providing a bias, if you get stuck in this throughput, and that's why most of CFO can only holding about 5 clients, that's about it. Because their input are very random. They're working with random people, then they have to providing random services, they have a random output, which is profit and time. So if you can streamline your product into one product and driving 25 people into that product, then efficiency goes up and therefore profitability and your result goes up because you're doing things in 25 times and repeat at a scale as opposed to be trying new things at every business that you do. But that comes down to that you have an interest to do marketing to drive the people. If you don't want to do marketing, therefore you're not going to have a 20 medical practices that come to you. Therefore, you should just work at everybody that you know offline in the localized area. Okay, that's another conversation. Depends how keen you want to drive through the scalability of online eyeball. Because if you don't have eyeball, then you should not be productizing something that you've got no one to buy from. Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about time and money. And so over here, most people start with sending different cakes to various friends and family members initially, and this allowed them to generate cash flow. But scaling becomes a challenge due to the time constraint. And so at the early stage, when we don't have a lot of money, we exchange time for money. So I spend the time to make money. And when you have a lot of money as a business grow, your time become more valuable than the money. So you use money to exchange for time. And so on the right-hand side of exchange IP for money is, however, for those who recognize the value of offer or advisory package offer, you sell the same product to 100 different people with the minimum marginal cost and a high profit. And the success relies on the ability to drive people them through a marketing. Okay, so our offer conversation also aligned with the marketing. Okay, so they are interrelatable as to considering what is the product that you try to drive for your business. Now, just to take that home, being a specialist, you offer same solution to similar people. If you got a dentist, got a shop, if you help people whitening the teeth, you got a machine that's pre-built machine, pre-built procedure, pre-built marketing, you drive traffic, people come, 20 minutes, done, dusted, out, get paid, high fee for it. Okay, and it's on repeat. Over right-hand side of being a GP, you have a different solution, different people, different problem. You had to diagnose every single time. You're going to figure out what the problems are, whether they're going to a specialist. So therefore, yes, you are getting volume, but it's less fees. And you can't providing a phenomenal solution as a GP. And you have to be busy because you have to be just kind of understanding a little bit everything, but you're never really good at anything. At least that's what I think what a GP is. And so that's where you're going to be charging the fee per hour of your time. And obviously, you know what a dentist makes versus a general practitioner. That's to take home of that. So how do we position as advisor? Questions. I wanted to sell my advisory. I need to have a position so people see me as a premium advisor they want to pay. Well, then the question is, you need to pick a niche. Okay. So what's a niche? A niche is a who and a what. A who is who you're targeting and a what is what you do for the who. Okay. Who do I want to work with and what I do for them? Who I want to work with, what I do for them. I've just spoken on an accounting practice, I think last week. It's got around about 100 plus medical practices. Okay. Super, super, super profitable. In fact, they try to just get rid of the client to make more money. And so obviously every business model is different. So for you to think, what is my dream client and what is my value to them? Okay, I'm going to dive in specifically in a second right now. So why people actually, failing to pick a niche is because they're thinking that you're married to the choice of a niche for the rest of their life. You think, oh, if I do that, then I'll be married to that. I don't want to. Very important concept is that you can be a generalist in private. Okay. And what I mean by that is that because you are the niche as advisor, and because I've got a lot of my friends and colleagues and other people that don't actually associate me about my particular niche, which is business advisor, accountants, and CFO, who also consult me about business growth and marketing. And I'm okay to consult, okay? But I'm a generalist in private. So you still can get your work, accountings, and everyone else to come to you to do anything they want to do because they know you and you are the product. But if you are going to do the marketing, you have to then be the specialist because no one I get marketed to buy from a generalist in the online space or in the marketing space, right? So generalized in private, specialized in public. Okay. If I say to the world, I can help every business to do marketing, my message is going to get very diluted and no one's going to believe me and I can't charge a premium fees. The second message say I help accountants to do marketing. And that's good if I'm the only one, but there's a whole other people do the same thing. Now I say I help accountant to do marketing for advisor product, slightly better, still competitions. Now I say I help accountant get high advisor client that pay 2 to 4K a month, even better. Okay. The more specific that I get, the more traffic, the right client that I drive. And that's how you think about the niching when you do get out to promote your advisor product. Okay. I'm going to give you a few examples in a second. And so the second reason why people fail is that they'll be able to decide and being just torn between multiple different things, right? They feel like they've got nothing to give, no ability to create value, and just copy what other people are doing. Have done instead of owning this decision themselves. And just being too afraid of be you and do what you know. Because they just wanted to get more, therefore they get nothing when you try to get more. So seriously, it doesn't matter whether you are pick the wrong niche or not. And here's the reason. Most people trying to pick a niche, they go from a big audience to small audience. I'll just give an example. If you say I'm the best accountant in Australia, that's big audience, right? Does not actually really work unless the people really know you. Assuming that you know nobody from a marketing and branding perspective, then you can't say you're the best accountant. Or you got to be daily messaging specific, okay? And so when people succeed in picking the right niche is they go small audience right back up to the top. Okay, I help manufacturers to increase 5% probability through unit of good sold in a 12-month window. Okay, if you do that, then a 10, 20 million manufacturer will come to you because your message is on point. Now you need to pick up 1 or 2 clients a month. Okay, so you're not here to do mass marketing. You just want that one person to hear what you're saying and interested to buy your thing. Okay, and so when we think about pick a niche, I'm tied into the marketing conversation. So understanding it's never about mass marketing. It's about getting the right client to buy your advisor product. It's really about one-on-one conversation rather than one-to-many. Okay. When it comes down to conversion, obviously, if you just build a branding, you can talk about anything that you want if that's important to you as well. So this is my journey. Start a financial advisor business and give advice to everybody. Then I began offering a holistic financial planning to young family between 30 to 45. Then I got introduced to accounting, financial planning, mortgage solution to business owners later on. Then I cut back my offer to a passive income. I realized a lot of people want to grow wealth just on passive income and both business and individual. So I'll just focus on passive income solution to everyone. And then I start offering a passive income and business cash flow solution to small businesses. Then I began to offer training, said I'm really passionate about, now I know how to actually help you to build wealth and passive income. How do I help you to turn your passion into business? Because I want to help you after passive income, I want to help you with active income. Okay. So how to start your own business. And then later on, I got involved in the coaching, how to start growing accounting and financial practice, right? So that's a whole bunch of journey that I went through in terms of my first journey and until the end. So it doesn't matter where you have, you just got to start. You never know where things are going to be until you get motions and start moving forward. Now, a couple of things about traditional definition of niche. Traditional niche is where you thought about only industry, which is health, medical, hospitality, education, and then define as things who they are, okay, with no regard to who they want to be. And this is very interesting things while understanding that we're all human psychologists. Not all accountants the same, not all business owners the same, or not all doctors are the same. So we think it's actually B2B, B2C, like business to business, and B2C is in business to consumer. Okay, like accountant, lawyers, surgeon, dentist, right? And they are red ocean. I mean, you can say, I help medicals, I help accountants. And so what happened is the traditional way of thinking niches result in limited possibility and create a huge competition in a crowded industry. Okay, let's say how many accountants here focus on medicals? I'm the medical accountant. All right, that's cool 10 years ago, right? It's very crowded. If you're the one that jump in, say maybe NDI has been popular over the last 5 years, and I'm the actual NDI specialized accountant, that's cool. But as soon as one get into that NDS, then you no longer specialize. The position has lost its value. Okay. And so, and this result in business doing what everyone else is doing. And so the new way of thinking is think about a group of people. So instead of it's actually a non-linear evolving. So instead of thinking what it is, like who you are, you're gonna ask who you want to become. Okay. For example, I used to say I help accountant grow a business, but our position now is I'm gonna help you to get your next $1 million transformation with less than 50 clients. So if that's you want a next meal with less than 50 clients, that's me. If that's not what you want, that's not me. So you're more looking at a timeline of transformation as opposed to be a point. So instead of B2B and B2C, we really talk about P2P, people to people, because not everybody want to get $1 million with 50 clients or less. Okay. And not every medical doctors want to retire next 5 years. Okay. And so it's really what they're thinking in their mind as a peer-to-peer psychology is what you would then position your product in the marketplace. And I've got another accountant who specializes in valuation and partnerships. And he just helps businesses owners to transition themselves out of it and be able to actually structure partnership and sell their stake and then be able to start making and be able to retire. And himself 40s and he tried to retire in the next 5 years. Okay, he's really incredibly good at that, makes tons of money. And so that's a psychology is who wants to package in the business and exit and sell good money, enjoy lifestyle. Now, not every doctor want that, not every accountant want that. So it's not about the industry, but it's about what people want. And you can be positioning yourself in that as a product. Okay. Obviously, you got to think about your skills. And then from that is infinite number of criteria, meaning there are endless possible combinations, right? There could be 20 different niches just within a medical space. So traditional business to business, business consumer, new niche example, business to people, electrician wants to increase cash flow, lawyer who want to manage compliance for smart bookkeeping, online startup owner want to set up the corporate structure, small business owner who wants to qualify the government grants, manufacturer owner want to increase the business valuation exit, e-commerce business owner to maximize the tax liability through international tax, etc. Okay, so it's an example. Now, every business could have a 20 different sub niche within that. Okay, you can literally do 10 different things to help a medical practice or 10 different things to help a manufacturer business. Okay, that's the key value proposition that when people think about you, you stand out. For example, when people think about us, they know that we're doing advisory and marketing and $1 million practice with less than 50 clients. We just say that all the time, every single time. Okay, that's our positioning. Here's the three things you're going to consider. Number one, you're going to consider what is a group of people you want to work with, right? Do I want to work, at least a 5 group of people you want to work with that are you passionate about, that you have worked in the past. Second, you're going to look at your skills. You're good at cash flow, you're good at tax, what's your passion about? And if you said I'm actually good at everything, then you need to rethink what you're really actually good at. Okay, something that what you're really good at, exchange for money. Okay, I'm passionate about marketing, selling, and business. And very early stages, when I actually provide a lot of services with the client, I lost a level of interest to just providing a general, very mundane service, repeat on repeat. I got really bored of that. I like something exciting. And so as my learning, my skill set get pivoted, I start pivoting my business model. Okay, I'm sure you guys are where you at. Your interest right now are probably different to 5 years ago. So based on your interest, your passion, what are you really good at and with the people? And so the question is, what you're really good at may not be most valuable to the people that you want to work with, and the people that who you want to work with may not finding what you do is most valuable to them. You got to do a narrow it down. Okay, if you're really good at cash flow and you also got want to work with doctors, don't do it because they're not going to pay you for cash flow advice. As example, okay. And then on the other side, if you've got a market problem desire. And as a marketer, we're saying that we create absolutely no desire. We simply find what's exists in the mind and we channel it. So the formula goes like, I know, I think who you are. I know when you wake up in the morning that you get frustrated about this. And I think I got something that could actually help you to solve that. Would you willing to try? If you don't right, they will naturally come to you because you're not here to educate client. Remember, we are not here to educate our client. Most of us should not be educating, apart from you spending tons of money, time doing branding, marketing. We're not educators. We simply find what people want and just tell them, if that's what you want, you're in that's a problem. I've got something to fix it. Do not educate client. Do not tell them that you need this or that. No one interested. They're only interested what they're interested. So your goal is finding out in their mind right now when they wake up in the morning what the frustrations and what the desires are when they wake up about that particular business. And bear in mind, and a business at a $5 million actually have a very different problem at a $10 million level. Okay. And so it's all about psychology. It's not facts. Okay. The $1 million practice, I think, are very different things as $100,000 practice accounting firms, right? Psychology, very different. And it's all about the mind game. Okay. So in the middle, that's your perfect niche. Okay. You can go back and do some exercise yourself. Now, one point on niche is like, I work with lawyers and plumber. This is all the stuff that I can do, tax, bookkeeping, etc. And then the 2 point niche could be I'm doing a system integration. Okay, I've got one of my clients providing a CFO slash BPO, completely just outsourcing, and the client value around about $50,000 or $150,000 to $150,000 per client. And the goal is just targeting companies got CEOs, CFOs, completely outsourcing that and be able to take it over the finance function departments, right? Super, super good business model. Now, so then you can do that if you got a one call transformation offer that what you're really good at, okay? And I actually prefer to that. Now, that doesn't mean you can't provide in compliance every other service on the back end, but if you have your signature advisory front end that you can do marketing as a specialist piece in the marketplace, then you can drive people to buy that specialized offer. Then you can upsell and cross-sell everything else you got. Okay. A system integrations allow you to sell bookkeeping, allow you to sell ARAPs, and allow you to sell your financial modeling and reporting and management accountings, allow you to sell compliance and tax, everything else on the back. But if you try to offer everything to the marketplace, people stop buying because who are you? A dentist should not be talking about a heart and a cold and flu and everything else together. If you want to be a dentist in public. Okay. Then you can offer a different kind of product to sell that dentist client, the dental client. So that's how you niche and position advise on the front, drive traffic because your unique is special, then start monetize that and then cross-sell and it leads to every other service so that you can add value and then to work out your total value per customer. How much fee can you really collect? Okay. Go small in the beginning and then stack on the back. Okay. Be specialized in the beginning and generalize on the back. Okay. From a marketing point of view. And this is what majority of people do. They just do that. And they go, I'm not efficient. Well, you bet. Very hard to be efficient in this way. Okay. Now that's okay. Then you becomes, it's really, I think, what sort of business we in a recruiting and training business. So if you're like, I'm just providing everything, everybody, right? Well, then you better be really good at recruiting and training talent and get them to return and do everything for everybody. And that's good as well. Okay. So everyone has different designer problems. A group of manufacturer, and then we should tie up on books, increase the valuation, ready to sell. Practice, maybe I want to exit, retire in 5 years. Restaurant owner, maybe you want to cut the cost, increase the probability. Start company may wish to set up the accounting and structure to grow. Not for profit, maybe reduce the cost. Trajectory for sustainability. Construction company may wish to manage the project cost and better to increase cash flow. Okay, they're just very different. You can't say, I'll help you with cash flow. That's not even good enough because every group of people have a very specific desire. And even just within a construction company and a $2 million construction company will have a different desire as a $5 million, as a $20 million, as a $30 million. Obviously, when they're above 20, 30, they have a CFO. They still have a sub problem that has not been solved. It will not be able to possibly solve by a CFO and a team in-house anyway. So there's still opportunity in that. Okay, that's for a separate conversation. And so, and every transition niche will lead to several niches. Okay, so you can see that every niche will have a different kind of, I'm not going to repeat that, but can come back, visit this later. So I just want to ask one quick question. Why do you need to your advisor positioning? So can you drop in the comment, let me know why do you want to have your positioning? Is it more to charge more fees from your current client? Is it to grow similar client? Is it to demand more fees in general? Can you come and let me know so I will then make sure I can focus on this next part of the conversation. Lauren said, high profitability per unit of time. And I guess another benefit of being an advisor, you can demand fees just because who you are, you know, and that's cool by itself. Build credibility. Yes, there's money in that, just in the credibility and branding. Colin said, deliver on our promise. Advisor deliver on our promise. Okay, cool. We're going to get to the promise in a second. Continue to bring more clients that I want to work with. Spot on. I think it's very important that we work with somebody that we're really passionate about. Otherwise, we lost the touch, and then our product probably not going to be that great. Okay. Now, I'm going to share this. The next piece is going to be the offer creation templates. Now, here's the actual templates, and I'm going to dive right into it. Okay. Devise offer creation templates. Now, on the left-hand side, we're going to talk about niche. A niche is really who you want to work with and what do you do for them, okay? And a dream outcomes, what kind of dream outcome do you want them to achieve? Like, what's my promise to those to this group of people? And what kind of marketing message I'm going to have on that? And what's my offer terms? And what's my offer creation processes? I'm going to give you some examples. And also I'm going to show you how to the delivery map, okay? To fulfill your promise that you told your clients. So now you understand that all construction companies are the same, just not all accountants the same. Therefore, you should be defining your niche as who they are and not who they are, but also who they want to be, okay? And failing to articulating that then leads to very vague kind of message and make it very difficult to generate leads from cold traffic, right? This is very different to your warm traffic where people already believe in you and they are clients already. That's a different there. And so, for example, here, let's say, what's my niche, right? I want to focus on construction company with scared of growth, considering inconsistent cash flow and unclarity of their profit as a result of the growth. Okay, so as I'm taking my project, I don't see making my profit. I'm unclear everything going on. Sometimes I'm having consistent cash flow. You kind of just really understanding what they're actually thinking in their mind. Now, we've done tons of research on how to research a customer. Obviously, we've got a rich data for every niche, as in every businesses that we've done, because we've done like hundreds of campaigns for advisors accounting in the past. However, if you want to do research yourself, the best way is to actually talk to people. Okay. If you just want understanding how can I pack something that people want to pay, go and ask them, what's your problem? What are you willing to pay for it? Okay. There's no other better research on the psychology of a human being. You know, a same construction company that running a $10 million in Australia will probably have a different desire problem as someone running a business in America. Okay. So online research is important, but psychology of that human being, collective of 3 data point, 5 people that you talk to is most important. Is understanding, okay, I want to work with you. I wanted to sort of specialize in this case. What's your problem? What's your biggest constraint right now? And be mindful at a different revenue point of that business that you're targeting, they'll probably have a different psychology desire. And so, try to apply that as well. Okay. So dream outcome. When offering advice an individual will often articulate a transformation experience, but common services like cash flow reporting may not be necessary to be able to get the, enthusiasm. Now, in the past, like I can provide you management report. That was cool. Nothing special. Now, AI can do that pretty well. We reckon our clients using those tools. They're really, really cool. But if they were aware and actively seeking monthly cash flow reporting services, they would have already engaged with such offering, right? So that's come down to what we call the awareness. If I know that I need a management reporting, then I would have seeked for it, okay? If you targeted somebody who's not aware management reporting is needed, they're not going to buy anyway. And so that's obviously marketing come down to the awareness of what people think. And so then they would like to have engaged. Okay, so for the advice to be effective, it should be centered around about transformation goal with monthly cash flow reporting position as one of the services available to achieve the dream outcome, right? So reporting, management accounting, cash flow report, whatever the things that you do as a mechanics of it, they just one of the subside of the vehicle that carries through in the model that help you to achieve the client result. For example, I can do LinkedIn marketing. Who want that anyway? And so what's the result I'm getting is more important than I know how to do LinkedIn marketing, because no one wants a LinkedIn marketing unless it's meaning something. And there's a lot of people can do LinkedIn marketing outside of me. So after they bought in the dream, you are then the person to help them achieve that. Okay. But the cash flow in itself is a commodity and it's not a selling point, just to be clear. Okay. And so what's the dream outcome? You got pretty much 5 things. You can targeting revenue, you can target profit, you can targeting cost reduction, you can targeting cash flow, you can targeting efficiency. Okay. The first 4 to do with money, the last one to do with time. Now got someone say, hey, I know Simon said I help manufacturer to, to grow, say, $10 million, $20 million. Like, I can't do that. I don't do marketing for them. How do I say that I can help them to grow? Well, there's some marketing. See if I got the psychology here. No. And so basically, everything you and me to do is sell a dollar at a discount. And what I mean by that is we're offering something to help client either make some money or save some money. But it all depends what scope that we're adding value to people. Okay. We've seen people that help entrepreneur to make $10 million just be able to change your mindset. I mean, they still help a 8-figure business by changing their mindset. They can offer that. You can help them make 8 figures by providing, cash flow strategy, for example. So it doesn't matter what you do, because what you do are all contribute towards the end goal of what your client want, whether it's revenue, profit, and cash flow. Now, whatever your dream outcome promises are, it's not basically what the actual. It's important when you map out marketing message. It's not actually what the result of what you're getting. Okay. There's a very famous phrase saying, sell them what they want and give them what they need. And so your marketing message has to be based on what they want as opposed to what they need. Okay. If they want revenue, talk about revenue. If they want profit, talk about profit. A lot of us like to talk about profit, but it's not really what they want. And therefore, even though that's the result of it, and that we're not going to drive your marketing. So it's important when you map your niche, you still got to get client. That's why I'm mapping out the marketing company. So over here, as a help construct company, freed up $500,000 cash flow by eliminating cash flow constraint and risk, utilizing a risk heat map framework as a example. Okay. So you got I help my audience to achieve a dream outcome with a new opportunity, with something to cool about what you do. And then without the biggest concern. So here's offer term. You must accept the 2 realities. Lower price products sell at a higher volume than a high price product. Shorter duration sells at a higher volume than long-term duration. Okay. And with those realities, that we are searching for the perfect mix of low price point and a perceived short-term commitment and a high price point with long-term duration. And we try to maximizing the timeline duration and the available price point. So we're maximizing lifetime value while allowing the largest number of people to join. So we try to both maximizing the volume and we try to maximizing the money. Okay. And so we're getting prospect committed, and normally what we do, a short-term transition, well, we try to tell them that this is the long-term that I'm looking for to work with you. Okay. And so the goal, I think the best way to sell transformation, you're going to work with me. Here's the beautiful result. You're going to get $10 million. You're probably going to be 25, 30, 40%. That's the back end. We sell the bigger dream. But I know that we haven't worked together because that's too good to be true, too long. We can't see it until that we're going through the journey. But that just focuses on the first 90 days with a transition plan. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the hope that people experiencing your first 3 months of the result of the deliverables, they will then believing what you're promising of the transformation, they can start seeing it through. Okay. If you just sell the short, then you're not be able to make the money because they will be quit afterwards because they psychologically want to work with you for that short. If you just sell the long, it's good, but there's a lack of believability because they can't try it out. It's too long of a promise. So what you do want to do is sell for the long transformation and only start committing for the transition. Okay. And I always say to my client, if you only want 3 months, I don't think you fit anyway. But if you want to work with me for the next couple of years, I'm happy to do a trial with you for the first 90 days. Okay. So set the right psychology. You can obviously pivot offer along the way. And offer 2 or 3 times a year. Even right now, we're doing that. And I'm not going to go through the detail. You can read yourself, but first 5 clients. So I'll do a calculation. A lot of you guys are not good at selling. It's better to offer them a couple of months for free. Although it's a free, should be offered on the back of the sales process. It's not like just free for everybody because people don't care if it's just completely free. They don't perceive as good value. If you just struggle to sell, then you can offer a free services and start charging after 60 days or after 30 days. It's actually going to help you make more money if you be able to facilitate that offer that way. The goal is create flow. You have to get the flow in. Doesn't matter how much money you make, and then start monetize that, deliver, practicing your product, and then you can do a calculation on that to see how much money you can make. Okay, that's kind of first 5 clients. And then you have this sort of option. You can sell a short term. If you do an automation setup, if you do I've got the outsourcing BPO, they're doing a complete financial function audit of the entire business. The business size is normally about $5 to sort of $20 million. We just charge $50,000 to do a complete audit. Okay, from there, then we can pick apart the business. Then we can enroll them into a long-term stuff. So then how to figure out, do you want to sell one-off to get them engaged? Simple, easy. So then you can start pick up more problem opportunity, because some business is very hard for you to find the problems. Okay, and then the best way to start working with somebody to realizing what they need or what they want. It's the hardest for a conversation. So you may just want to have a very cheap offer on the front to be able to start working with somebody, break things apart, and then they can see the value, then enroll them into long. But if you're offering something that's super clear, they know what they want, it makes sense, then you can sell the transformation and give them a transition plan for the first 90 days and then charge your, a pricing. You can do a lava limit. We'll do that as well from time to time. Work with us 12 months, but you can leave in a day 1, a day 5, then 10, whatever you prefer. But we're going to give you experience that you wanted to stay, right? So there's no risk for your clients to try things out and then can take a deposit. So that's 2 ways of how to pricing it, your offer. Okay. Now, the offer creation process. We're going to just work out what's a 1 or 2 tangible outcome. The offer creation process, you've got the dream outcomes, right? 12, 3 or 5 years, what's the dream outcome you're going to achieve with me? $20 million, $10 million, or probability from 10 to 30% in 24 months. Kind of a tangible, promising time frame. And over here, the key is you never really know exactly what you're going to do in month 6 and month 9. Okay, you may be doing some monthly reporting, etc. But the key is to give them the best experience as possible for the first 90 days. Because if they like that, they're going to stay, the momentum is set. No one wants to quit if they already invested the time, energy, and money with somebody they have to rebuild relationship again. And so your goal is to work out what are the key results I'm looking for my client to achieve in that transition plan in the first 90 days. A lot of my clients who especially are CFO, who can't sell well, who got a lot of knowledges, it's because there's no clarity for the prospect to buy, and there's no clarity plan for the CFO to sell. You can't say, I'm the CFO, I can work with you, I'll do all this stuff. That's all pretty good. But if you can actually articulating a 90-day plan, we're going to do 3 things: month 1, month 2, and month 3, result 1, result 2, and result 3. That just focus on that. Is that something you want? If you gain clarity for the prospect and you can sell that way, articulate that way, there's some tangible concrete that you can discuss to proceed or not to proceed. Most people are not procedures because they don't even know what they're getting. Okay, it's too much, too complex. So you want to simplify it as how for your clients. Okay, how about if that just get your cash flow right? Okay, to do that, I've got to fix your system, fix your automation, fix your reporting. As a result of that, you're probably going to have estimated a certainty of this amount of cash flow based on current situation. And for that, I charge this. Do you want to get started? Okay, it's very easy conversation of you create the offer, not based on skills, but you have to create an offer with in mind that you're going to sell it, right? We're here to create an offer to sell. We're not here to create an offer to keep it at home, right? And so now that's your first 90 days. Now in the mapping 3 core pillars, I'm going to show you in a second what the 3 core pillar looks like. So a 3 core pillar, I'll give you an example. This is one example to for cash flow. It's got a reverse cash flow builder. We have a core pillars as in what's my methods going to be to compensate? What's my big idea? Okay. My big idea for me to work with constructions is I wanted to minimize internal risk. I want to make sure you have consistent cash flow, cash flow system, and want you to get extract more profit. Okay. A risk and a cash and a profit. So that's the 3 key things. My core pillar, big idea. Okay. What's the big idea for us? We're going to help you to get a dream client. I'm going to hold your hand to convert your dream client, have as a client. I'm going to help you to deliver and scale your business on the back. 3 core promises. Okay. Get dream client, sell advisories, get more time and the efficiency on the back end, help you to scale. Okay. That's the 3 promises we'll make as a 3 core pillar of the dream outcome of the $1 million. So this part is very easy. You can just use ChatGPT to say, hey, what's the 3 key things that are, an e-commerce business, medical, like what do they want? So you have nothing less than 3, nothing more than 3. Anything more than 3 is too much. Okay. 3 core pillars, big idea. For me, like marketing, sales, and scale. For that product was risk, cash, profit. Plenty of options to think. Okay. Then you got your first 90 days. If you know the key for the first 90 days is to deliver tangible result, but less is more. Okay. When you try to do a lot of stuff, you may not to do well, and you can't show the value and you can't articulate it because lots of things, it just becomes very overwhelming. So you want to really mapping a very precise, linear, 1 or 2 result you want to achieve, 2 or 4 things that you want to do to achieve that. Simple and just dot pointed and explaining each point the value of it. Okay. Obviously, we don't have time to create for everybody, but it's an idea. Then you're going to have your 12 months after initial, right? So you've done your first 3 months. Now they kind of get experience. They like it. You're going to have your back end offer. Okay. So your back end offer is going to be your quarter, your month, your week. So you're going to have what I'm going to do every month, what I'm going to do every quarter, what I'm going to do every year. And I want to show you a deliver map, how to actually achieve the 12 months goal just in a second. I wanted to talk a little bit about the actual deliveries is because your clients will get overwhelmed and they're going to find it not as valuable as who you actually are. So from this perspective, your 30, 60, 90 onboarding plan to get your result are very, very important. Okay. So instead of trying to do everything, work with the client, level 1, you want to focus on 1 or 2 things that I mentioned in the first 90 days to deliver. And you want to create what we call a wow moment. You got to get client to see either a report that shows them the ratios, the cash flow, whatever it might be, to get them, wow, that I can see my business with clarity on a dashboard. Things like that, you got to give them 1 thing, a wow moment during the first 90 days. A second, your onboarding outcome is going to be a 30-90 day outcome with a now get into 30-90 days with a precise, tangible outcome, and that will lead to a transformation goal with 1 or 5 years. Okay. I know I've covered quite a bit. Any questions we have about this linear, sell the transformation, commit to the transition, a linear, simple 1 or 2 result for 3 things that you might be doing the first 90 days to achieve that, and your whole product should have only 3 pillars. Okay. So what's actually looks like, I can show you also easy to actually show you my website as well. To look at the offer, this is simply we're tickling exactly what we're saying, and it works like a treat. Okay, I'm the product position. We don't try to tailor anybody. This is exactly who you are and who we are not. Okay, grow $1 million with less than 50 client, maintain 65% profit with advisory ecosystem without trading for time, and buried in the NS compliance. And we go, this is our way of doing things. This is my new way of doing things. Who's this for? 3 things. You're going to get client, you're going to sell more advisory, you're going to gain more time. Do you want the 3? If you want, we'll talk. If you don't want the 3, that's fine. And we have all 3 things in breakdown. Okay. How to get more driven client, how to sell, how to deliver. and we'll break down to 3 sections. The way we track, we'll do first, second, third. The way we convert, first, second, third. The way we scale, first, second, third. Very clear, articulated. Timeline of our deliveries. First 30, 60 days, first 90 days, first year. What's the promises? This is the average benchmark. Requirement from a client. If you have those requirements, you'll be fit. Okay. And obviously you've got my package, everything on the bottom, which you don't need to. So that's a dream outcome, old way of doing things, a new way of doing things. This is kind of the idea of the method, and then your pillar with 3 under 3. So a total of 9 things. And this is what we build for a client as well. We've got 3 things, we've got 3 things under 3 things. We've got the promise of the time frame that what we're going to deliver and what you're going to expect to see. So for the construction companies, obviously they're just a little brochure, but there's a lot more details than that. So that's how you're going to think about packaging. Okay, now I'm going to move to deliver a map. This is going to be an important piece because it's going to help you to contextualize what you do for the client and for your client to be clear. So now we talked about the marketing message, the dream outcome transformation, what you're going to do for them. It's kind of idea how to market and how to contextualize that, right? Now we're going to put into a map where the benefit of this is going to, for you to be clear and for your clients to be clear. Okay, so that's call it a growth accelerator, whatever you want to call it for your clients, construction accelerator, or don't you have to call anything, just make it a name yourself. You will have a 30 to 90 day onboarding. This is a very generic stuff, I'll put it there, right? You probably wanted to just mix yourself. You want to do software integration, systemization, cash flow implementation, things that matter to you. And then you can just map it out, you know, what I'm doing month 1, you know, if you want to do month 2, for example, I want to do that's in month 3, just copy paste. So you can say your client, this is the journey we're going to take, months 1 to 3, that's what we're going to achieve. Okay, very clear. And then from there, I want to show you on this side of it, you have a onboarding, which is color coded like that. You have done with you, which is what you're going to be advising to your clients. Okay, and you're going to have it done for you, which is what I'm going to do for you without you doing it. Okay, so you segment not only the deliverables and the timeline, but also the responsibility. Because you're going to expect your client's going to do something for them to grow, whatever the promise you're going to make for them, and for you to do something for them to grow. So they both are very important. Okay, and so over here, you can see, okay, so every month we do this. So I'm done with you. I coach you for this. You can access to my strategy for this. That's done with you. And then the beginning, this is month 2. You can just move that across. This is done for you. We'll do the accounting system integration. We'll do the dashboard implementation. We'll do the cost system break analysis, business scenario mapping, data integration. So that's what we do. We'll get it done for you. Okay. From there, we're going to do a scenario action plan every quarter, every month. Depends when you want to do it. You want to do every month, do every quarter. And in 6 months' time, we're going to do budget cash flow analysis, financial KPI modeling, government budget analysis. We'll do that for you. And then every month, we'll do cash flow reporting, profit reporting, management reporting. Obviously, that's quite a bit. You wanted to change that to yours. And then every, you know, whether we work with you, every quarter we'll sit down with you. We'll talk about everything here. So there's quarterly, as you can see, there's 4 times a year. Okay. So your job is to go back to mix that yourself. So you be clear. And this can be also used as a presentation when you try to sign a prospect. So they go, wow, you actually got a product. No, you just talk about it. You know, I've got a 12-month plan, 90-day plan. This is what you do. This is what we do. This is what we do for you. Okay. The more that you're productizing your services, the more perceived value is going to go up. The less you talk, the more that they can visual and seeing it, the more believability that they know that you've been doing this for a little while. Okay. It's all about unpack your IP into a tangible conversation. So I wanted to bring back to the keynote I was actually talking about. So how to actually achieve that? And I'll give you idea. Now, this is something that you may want to take a screenshot. You wanted to put your 90 days and 12 months, all the module together. And you wanted to divide them into 3 phases: DIY, done with you, done for you. DIY as in, for us to work together, what do you need to do? Okay, I need you to be able to do this data. I need to reconcile this. What should you do for us to win? Done with you is what I'll be advise you on. So when you have all these modules, like what is your job? What is our job together? And then done for you is implementation. What's completely our job, right? Those reportings, compliance things, we'll just do it for you. You don't have to do anything about it. Okay. So you clearly segment the three way of working together into the responsibility. And then you put accountability support on the end. So who is responsible for this? DIY preparation. Do you have administration in your company can do that for me? Okay, if it's me, okay, my backend team provide report management report, not for me. They will do it for you. They will do a Loom video, show that, explain to it. Advising you how to structure business, that will be me. My name is Simon, for example. Okay, so that's not only helping them to be clear who's responsible for those items, but also help you to decode your deliverabilities to create efficiency, which is what Lauren mentioned. Like, I don't want to be the person doing everything. Okay, here's everything to do. For example, we work with accountant, we've got automation specialists, we've got project managers, we've got client successors, we've got appointment setters, we've got cooperators, we've got designers, we've got Simon Liu, who's a strategist. I don't do everything. I only do strategy. But those things all packaged under me that get delivered by everyone else's and strategized by me and you. Okay. And so then the more that you decode your product, the more value is perceived, but also help you deliver efficiency because there's right responsibility for the modules of the deliveries of the advisor product. Here's a bit on onboarding touch point. So we did talk about the modules. Okay, so you got 90 days, you got 12 months. I'll give you the examples. You go back and list yourself, put into the categories of your way of delivering and responsibilities. And this just little touch point that we have that you can go back and refer to and design your own. So if someone to work with us, we could have we'll send them a worksheet, a Zoom, and a survey. We'll take some form of deposit, so they are in. We'll then get them into a kickoff call. Before the kickoff call, there's a Zoom reminder. Kickoff call will run through, sessions and show them how to set the business, map the business plan. After the kickoff call, with then the client success team, which is that point after the kickoff, they get account set up. We'll write them a personal card or welcome email, complete them on our CRM system, Google Drive, checklist, etc. Then I'll start rolling out step 1 to step 6, okay, with pillars, pick a niche, offer, messaging, launch marketing, get leads, make sell, very linear process in the first 90 days. And we have one-on-one, we do all the strategy and all the accountability during a group session. And then client success meeting, client success manager, I check in with them every single week. And we have the backend automations and project manager to implement marketing on their behalf. Okay. And then we do have an onboarding call with our client success, etc. So that's kind of our rhythm. And our goal is to make sure they actually get clients in that time frame, and then they can use the money to continue to invest with us. And then go into a main program, we'll do a game plan set, and then we'll show them all the modules, what else we can do to actually help them to grow. Okay. So that's kind of a touch point that we have. Obviously is completely not relevant to where you're at, but remember before the start, first week, the module in the first 90 days, what result you try to achieve. You can then map your touch point with who within your team doing what, and that will be on a pedestal to be efficient. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Again, that was a journey that we discussed. You already got that worksheet there. So what we have covered, hopefully we have delivered. Advisor position framework will provide you with a simple process, a niche to position yourself to go to advisor. We did talk about how to pick a niche, transformation niche, and think about how to package versus ad hoc advice, premium specialist as opposed to be generalist. We did talk about offer creation template, design your pre-sold advisor offer template. So I'll give you the creation template, and you can then package together transformation, 3 core pillars, 3 sub pillars within. So there's 9 in total, what you do, and there's rolling out timeline of 90 days and 12 months. Okay. And there's your client onboarding plan, which you have in terms of the modules, who doing what, and the charts that I just showed you, so you can deliver efficient. I hope I delivered that 3 strategy that I promised you to do. So worth of your time. Any questions? Drop a comment, let me know if you have any questions, or if you have no question, drop a comment, let me know what was your biggest takeaway from today. Structuring the small pieces to get wins in the first 90 days, not overwhelm. Yeah, I think yeah, 100%. Even me, I'm just trying to do a lot of stuff. I feel like that's really cool. But the more that I do, I feel like just simplify that and, 3 things we do and get one result. Biggest takeaway, Rafael was 2.0 niche versus 1.0 instead of who they are, but where they want to be. It's all about psychology of that person rather than the business they run, because each business want to think differently about how they run their business. 100%. Louis, the love, leave it approach, smaller for the first period and then transition to bigger. 100%. So there's a decision to be made of a tangible deliverables and the result.
Yeah, just to back up my comment, I was just saying I'd like the growth accelerator map, because I was sort of trying to work out with the getting those small wins. I thought that was like really good rather than trying to do everything at once.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's gonna make probably providing a bit more clarity for the team as well. This is
Yeah. So I can sort of build that out and then delegate it to different team members. So it's not just all on me doing advisory.
yeah. Ideally, right? Ideally just a strategy. And then yeah. But with with AI and ChatGPT stuff, like I used to deliver, like if I have to spend, let's say in the past 2 weeks, now I spend like a couple hours just because the AI stuff, even for me to help accountants. I'm sure for whatever you guys do, if that's just huge time saving.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get ChatGPT to write all the every time we need a message the ATO about like a interest remission or anything like that, I just get ChatGPT to write them. Well, I get one of the juniors to write it, get ChatGPT to write something, and then send it off to the ATO. So there's some 3-paragraph story about why our client needs an interest remission, and they're
Yeah.
just like either too lazy to read through it or feel bad for the sob story that ChatGPT came up with, and then it's like, yep, write that interest off.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. So good.
Mm.
Uh, what else? Cool. Awesome, guys. Terry, Tony, is there anything to share?
I'm just having a look. I've been in the advisory business for about 40 years. So I'm very interested in this. What you have is a modern approach to the problems and the significant things that client need, and you're categorizing and formulating where, in my experience, we just go out and sort the client out, but you're making it a process and defining channels, which is an interesting approach, and I'll take it on board.
Because you guys have a lot of knowledge. Obviously, your experience is way more than I do, but my goal is just try to help simplify that and put into a bit of a productization in the hope that a lot of people can serve the client with you together. Because a lot of our advisors, the issue, they just can't scale because it's all the IP that you have, but the team don't. So I'm putting things on a pedestal, even that little, I've got another 45, like a menu that I order, like for accountants advisor. I'll just get my staff to order the menu, what I need to do for them. Like another iPack IP, which is I'll call the map up. I can share if you're interested. So then just make things modular and then pack SOP for a little module and then go just, if people like us, like we're the top advisor, if we can unpack that and then put into a bit of menu, and then our team can serve the client on our behalf to a degree, then we're getting our time back. Otherwise, we're out of business, which is the issue. So those,
No, I think you're going in the right direction, actually.
yeah, it's not easy though. Not everything, it's easy to talk about it, take effort to put it in.
One comment I'd make is that you saying about the 100 different cakes or one cake 100 times. I have never found two clients who need the same service ever.
Right.
There's always something different. You have to write the things that you're going to do for a client. You have to write it out for each client. Even if you're doing an audit, you have to do you have a basic audit program, but you have to change the audit program to suit the client. And
Yep.
whilst, yes, by all means be aware of what your cake is, your best cake, you're still going to have to add the bit of the strawberries on one week and the icing on the next. But
Yep.
you know, it's very good to focus on this.
Yeah, I agree. For example,
As they grow, I mean, it's
yeah,
probably
remember when you
basic
talk
for me.
about, for example, talk about the niche and they offer the messaging. All my client want different things, so I have to tell it for every single one of those people. They're all different, but the formula of the what, like niche offer messaging, I don't change that. Like, gotta find the people, you gotta give them offer, you gotta talk to them to get the leads. Like the bigger what and why, that's it. I don't change. But the how are lots of customization for everybody, very different. Perfect.
Well, everybody needs a cash flow, so the cash flow is the same. It's just the content of the cash flow will be different. So yes,
Yes.
you've got it. It's
Yeah,
good.
but I think the cash, but if you use cash flow, for example, e-commerce business or construction company, the pillar within the cash flow are also going to be different. Like the milestone in the construction, when you think about the profitability within a project that reflected the cash flow, like the way how you work in that niche are very different to a stock take cash flow potentially strategy that apply to e-commerce where they overstock and buy stock. Like I think that what are actually can be potentially customized more precisely to the
Yeah.
system.
One thing I would say is keep away from construction company cash flows
Right.
because it is probably the worst service that you get involved with because they run at such low margins. They've got so many different components in a construction. And then as soon as they start running 2 or 3 projects at once, it is almost impossible to keep track. And, you know, it's much easier to do a grant funded not for profit than it is a construction company. And the construction company won't appreciate the amount of work you have to do to manage their type of thing, and they won't want to pay you and they won't thank you, and then they go bust and then they blame you, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just anyway.
Yeah. No,
But it's
okay.
a good example for you to say, but that really is the pinnacle of the CFO job, is to manage construction projects. But anyway, I must leave you to it,
All
and
right.
I'm
Cool.
sure you don't want to talk to me all day, but I found it very interesting, very thought-provoking, and I wish you all the best
Cheers,
going
man. Take
forward.
care.
Keep an eye out for your future offerings.
I'll see you around anyway.
See you soon.
All
See
right.
ya.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.